Hi, Phil.
Hiya.
Hi, I'm just admitting people. Hi, Mark. Hello, Susie. Hello, Julia.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Mark. Can you hear us? Yes, you see us. Can you hear us, Mark?
Morning.
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 Hi, everyone.
I'm fine, thanks. I'm
Great.
trying on my new laptop to get in, but usually I haven't been able to get in. So if not, I'll sign off and go on my iPad. All right?
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm glad that I can hear you and I can see you, Mark.
Yeah, but I can only see one at the moment. I can't do the.
It's one of those things, isn't
I
it?
think it's on the it's on right side.
No,
No,
it's different on mine. It's got
different.
recording.
Oh, okay.
It says if I double click it, I've been trying for a couple of weeks now on this. Yeah, I won't give up. If not, I'll have to get somebody else to help.
That's fine. I've also changed my laptop because my previous one, my personal one, I think is broken. Something's wrong, so I couldn't really connect with you guys last time on Tuesday and the week before as well. And I think it caused some problems with recording the session because I was the host. So I think my colleagues couldn't upload it for other people to watch it later. So hopefully this time will be different. And if you don't mind, we will be recording this session for other people to do exercises. So it will be mainly focusing, the camera will be mainly focusing on Phil. If we mute people and we will be doing exercises and
People will see our faces and what we get up to.
if we are unmuted, then if we make any noises, then camera will focus on us. But if we mute ourselves and Phil will be doing exercises, the camera will be focusing on, on Phil. So you will be the star of this movie today. But this actually, I've requested. I've got few requests. Sorry, not I've requested, but I've got few requests from other participants to record it as well because they would like to watch it later on their own time during the, and we've got some people who actually never joined us on Zoom, but they watch it later on. It's due to the physical, personal, complicated situations.
Yes.
So,
I think people who can't cope with their iPads or get it all wrong and don't want to show everybody that they're not very competent with that particular problem, I mean, not everybody's,
Exactly. And some people have different health conditions which cause some stress when they deal with many people at once. So if they have this session recorded, they can watch it partly on their own quiet time, wherever they want, whenever they feel safe and healthy enough to do something. Oh, I think we've lost Mark. Oh, Mark's coming back. I'm admitting that again. It's a new tablet, I think. Hi, Mark.
She double clicked and see what happens. That's what happens to me. It all goes wrong.
He's back.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, I've got on my other one now. So.
Oh, okay. So was the new one not good enough for
that?
No,
I could only get myself and whoever was speaking, not the gallery one. So I've been trying and finding. So anyway, I'm just turning my top off and then.
Maybe I will have a look on. If you send me an email, what have you got? Is it a tablet or what is the type?
No, it's an Acer laptop, and so but I just can't seem to. I've gone on YouTube and asked questions. I've got things, and they said if you double click and all that, but it hasn't worked yet. So I don't
Okay.
know. So I'm just turning my laptop off now, and then I'll be
Well,
on here.
maybe I will be able to help you. Maybe I will. Let's say maybe next week I will call you and we can talk through this old laptop
Yeah.
with you, and you can
Oh, that's
show me
lovely.
the
Thank
other one, and maybe I will be able to see through, and we
Yeah.
could click the correct.
Two heads are better than one.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully. But it's
Anyway.
nice to see you, Mark. And how is everyone? Susie, how are you doing?
Well, thank you.
Is there any highlights from you from the current week or last week? Anything particularly interesting or boring? I don't know.
I had a bit of a challenge yesterday, and I walked right down to the harbour and along and then up again, something I haven't done since I've had my third knee replacement. So I was quite chuffed with that and awarded myself a sticker.
Perfect.
Right, thank you. Well done. So, did you walk? You said you walk.
Yeah. I haven't. It's downhill quite a way and along and round and up again. It was quite a challenge because I haven't done it, and it was a nice day because there was nobody around. Everything's closed. It's much nicer. It's better. I feel better without all the holiday makers that seem to want to stick their bodies close together and close to you as well. So it was a beautiful morning and the trees are gorgeous, all the rest. So rather good being out in the car. It's further than I have walked previously. So I was really pleased with myself when I achieved it. So that was quite good.
And how did you feel afterwards, Susie?
Achy knee,
Yeah.
hot and sweaty.
Cool.
But okay, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
And what
it's a mental thing, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, so you know, I'm fine when the sun's out and shining. I don't much like the grey, wet weather, but I still go out in it.
Good.
Right.
And what about And what about today? How do you feel today?
I'm okay today, thanks. I thought it was this afternoon, so I just suddenly realised it was this morning. So I won't be going out until about midday now.
But your legs are okay though?
Yes, darling, thank you.
Yep, they all feel okay? That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you.
So yeah, that little bit of ache afterwards is normal.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes into a second day, sometimes it doesn't. So
no, it hasn't.
Good that it hasn't, absolutely.
Thank you, Susie. Well done for walking as well. How do you know how long? What was the distance?
I was over 2 miles, I think.
Oh wow, that's good.
Easy, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
amazing.
So I mean, once I was out and started, you get to a point where you've got to carry on. I didn't have any moment at all, but it's too far to walk back, might as well carry on, sort of thing. If I had felt a bit, it's absolutely fine. It's just it's a mental thing. It's getting your head in the right place to do something.
Yeah.
For me, that is.
Yeah.
That's true. Well done. I actually feel quite jealous because I've promised myself to run in October 10 times.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, 10 times. October has 30 days. I can manage, and I haven't done any of it. So I feel like I have to do some. I have to be more constant with my promises.
It's difficult to do if you're not in the mood, isn't it? You have to talk your head into. Just go and try and just run around the block. Put your shoes on and just have a little trot around the block.
For me, as a mother, it's always something like, okay, I always put myself last. So if I think I will go for a run, I always think, are they fed? Do they have, and they not cold? Like my 2-year-old daughter, is she wearing enough clothes even inside? Is she doesn't want to go to the toilet? Has she had a drink? what about my washing? What about lunch? So by the time when I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's a right moment, it's already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you put her in the buggy and trot along like that? I've seen
Ah.
some women
I was thinking about that, but
do that.
yeah, I don't have this specific type of buggy which people use when
And
they run.
they look quite posh, don't they? Those.
Oh yeah,
those
they're
ones.
quite expensive as well.
I bet. Yeah.
But even
Well-
even going out with the buggy just for a walk is better than not, isn't it? So absolutely.
Yeah, but you want to run, don't you?
I know it's difficult, isn't it? Yeah. When you kind of set
Well,
yourself
yes.
a goal, anything less seems like you've kind of missed it. But
I've seen
actually,
it in the
yeah,
past, didn't
something is better than nothing. So
Exactly.
it's nice to go out for a walk sometimes. So.
Hello, we've got Sheila as well. Hello, Sheila.
Hello, I just about got it. I didn't know how to get it, first of all.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done, well done. So we're just talking. We just have a really quick chat before exercises. We're asking
Yeah.
people how are they doing. So I've got Julia next to. Oh, we've lost. Mark. No, we've got Mark next to Mark. I've got Julia next to Mark. How are you, Julia?
I'm fine.
And your
Yes.
highlights.
Yeah. So I'm doing all right.
Yeah, you ready for
I
exercise?
don't go for 2-mile walks because I couldn't manage that, but yeah.
That's
Well,
why
I can
said
do
I'm
other
quite-
things. I can do other things. You know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
And that's why I said I'm quite jealous because 2 miles walk, it's an achievement, I think. So well done, Susie. Julia, you ready for exercises today?
Not yet, but yeah, well, I'm hoping to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark, I was going to ask you from Tuesday. If you go, can you running up and down stairs? How much would you have to do? You know, I mean, to sort of. I was just thinking that's the sort of thing I can do at home.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. So using things at home is really good. Obviously, you've got to be a bit careful on the stairs for obvious reasons. And I probably wouldn't go bombing straight up and down them. But things like just stepping up even on the first step is quite good. So stepping up and then stepping down.
Yeah.
So
I know. Yes, I could do that. But I was thinking, I run upstairs and then I come down again. Not at the same speed. It's easier going up than going down. But yeah.
Absolutely. It's very individual. Sorry, I'm always very vague about these sort of things because it is so individual.
No, that's fine.
So it's kind of how it feels for you. So if we look back to those guidelines that I showed you on Tuesday,
Yeah.
Stairs would be in the higher intensity category. Okay, so do you remember we had 150 minutes of moderate intensity activity a week, or 75 minutes of higher intensity. So these stairs would probably would come under the higher intensity, so you wouldn't have to do quite so many. But then you wouldn't want to do quite so many. You wouldn't want to go up and down the stairs 150 minutes over the week, would you? So yeah, it counts as higher intensity. Yeah, absolutely. It gives you it gets your heart rate going a bit more, certainly, much bit more than walking possibly would. So yeah,
well, that's what I was thinking. Yes, that's what I was thinking of, because if you do yoga, you don't get your heart racing like you would say in a gym. And I can't go back to a gym anymore. But yeah, but as long as I don't get too out of breath because I've got a heart problem. A minor heart problem. Let's put it. And my heart's slowing down. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So a real key thing well, to be fair, with anybody, but particularly with people with any kind of heart condition, is to make sure we warm up properly. Okay, so you wouldn't want to go into a full sort of higher intensity bit of exercise straight away. Okay, we'd want to warm up quite gradually. So in our sessions, we generally have a 15-minute warm up. Okay, which might seem a lot, but what that allows is for all of the systems in the heart and the blood vessels just to gradually kind of get used to the idea of doing some exercise. Okay, if we go too hard too fast, then we put extra strain on the heart that we really don't want. Okay, so it's almost like a shock to the heart if you jump up straight away. So just a little. So what I'm going to do today, you could actually include as part of a warm up. Okay, so because we haven't done any, again, this is something we do at Vista Wellbeing. We take everybody through a consultation, and we do a bit of a health screening. So we would find out things like their health conditions, any medication, all that kind of thing, purely because it all affects how we exercise. Okay, so I can't go into a full-blown session like we normally would, because we haven't got obviously all the health information. We don't know how different people react to different exercises. So what I've got is it's more kind of mobility, but actually there is a little bit of what we call huff and puff as well. So it will get your heart rate up a little bit, okay, but hopefully it won't, well, no, it won't strain the heart too much. Okay, so little warm up first, and then into your exercise if you're going to do that at home. And as always, disclaimer coming in, always check with your GP first, just to make sure that they're happy for you to begin exercising, because like I say, that might affect people in different ways. So always best to check with GP or doctor, okay, before you do exercise, or before you start a new exercise program, I should say. But then once you've kind of got that, then you can be pretty assured that you're safe to go. Does that answer your question, Julia? Sorry,
Yes, thank you.
Rambled on a little bit there, but yeah, some extra information for you. Okay, Marg, how about you, Marg? Have you managed to get any exercise done?
Yes,
Yeah,
yesterday I did 4.5 miles. I
blimey.
went out for my normal, I went out for my normal walk in the early in the morning, and then it was such a nice day. My sister's, who's in a power chair, we decided to go down for her exercise along the seafront. So we walked in Exmouth from one end to the other and back. And so I was pleased with that. So I think since Sunday I've done about 15 miles. So, you know,
Wow.
I'm quite happy with that. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
done.
absolutely.
So I try and keep a check on what I do each week. So this week's up more than last week because the weather wasn't so good last week. But I've been out this morning, but it's quite cold out there this morning. So I might go out this afternoon. So I'll see how it is. But it's much more chillier today than yesterday.
Yes, you're right. It is colder today. Yeah, absolutely. That's good though. 15 miles in, what are we on now? 6 days? 5 days?
Since Sunday, yeah. Friday
Brilliant.
since Sunday. So, you know, I'm quite pleased with that. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would be as well, to be honest. I would be. That's really good. Really good. Cool. Anybody? Who else we got there? Sheila. Hello. Did I meet you on Tuesday?
Don't think so.
No, sorry, my memory is rubbish.
Yeah.
Rubbish. Perfect. So so just a quick introduction. My name's Phil, and I run a company called Vista Wellbeing, and we deliver exercise to people with long-term health conditions. And basically, Tuesday was kind of a bit of an introduction. So say hello and give some resources as to where we can find additional information.
Harry, I think,
Oh, perfect.
with my daughter a little while ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So so the purpose of today is to have another little check-in, basically, and go through some different movements. So some different sort of balance exercises and bits and pieces.
Well, I can't walk very far. I've got a bad back and arthritis, you know.
Okay.
And I walk very far, it starts aching, you know.
Yeah.
So I can't really walk that far.
Okay. So what we've got today is quite a lot of it is actually chair-based. So
I'm in it now.
Perfect. So you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So quite a lot of it. Yeah. In fact, Just having a look down through my list. Yeah, I think everything except for one is chair based, and that's half chair based. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this should this should hopefully help for those that maybe not so mobile. Okay, so there's still things we can do to keep nice and active.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And Toby, you're keeping very quiet. It's you next.
Hi, Toby. How are you? Hi, Toby. You all right? Can you hear us well?
Who, me?
Yes. Yes.
I can hear you. Yeah.
How are you today?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So, have I asked and have me or Phil asked everyone how are you guys doing, or have I missed someone?
I think we've got everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you ready, guys?
Did sorry, just quickly, did anybody have a look at any of the goal setting bits and pieces?
And what?
Or so we had not yet, that's right. And so I think Harry's sending you out all the information. Okay, you might have done it already. But the Make Movement Your Mission, there's a link to both a Facebook page but also a YouTube channel as well. And it's got all of their videos on their YouTube channel, and I think there's hundreds of them. Luckily, I think it goes in number order, so that's good. So there's a little introduction in the first one. But I was just thinking the other good thing about that is they do every so often they'll do a little kind of a check-in to, it's almost like a little mini test, I guess, to see if you've progressed after doing those sessions. So it's quite a good thing to get involved with if you can, and you can kind of almost track your progress as you go, which is really important. It's really good. So yeah, so just keep an eye out for those if you can access them.
Just to let you know, guys, that I've sent it to you a couple days ago with the invitation for today's.
Perfect.
So you should have it in your email, but I can send it again separately, so it won't.
Yeah. I let Harry have my new email, but I haven't had anything yet.
Oh, okay.
And I think I sent an email today. I'm still trying to find my way around Gmail. Yeah, that's
Oh,
okay.
I see. So
Yeah.
it wasn't sent today, Julia.
No,
So
it wouldn't.
I will have a look, and I will resend it to everyone anyway. So I will include you
Anyhow,
in your email.
Thanks, Aggie.
No problem.
Okay, so shall we do some movement? I think we should.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Is it okay if I mute everyone but Phil? And if you guys have any questions, or if you feel like, just stop, or if you have any questions in the meantime, or would like to say something, just raise your hands, maybe or hands, and then we will spot it and mute you.
Aggie, just thinking as well, just to make it a bit easier, if you just wanted to kind of like focus the video onto one person, there's when you hover over their picture, 3 dots should come up. Do you get that?
Yes.
Yeah, if you click on that and then go to pin video.
So I don't have to mute people then.
Hopefully not.
That's a good.
It should just kind of sit onto one video.
So I'm clicking on you, Phil, right now, and I'm pinning you on video.
I've been pinned.
Woo!
Perfect. So hopefully that should sit there then. We'll see. We'll see if it works. Perfect. Okay. So, right. Is everybody in a chair and well, I say comfortable. Everyone sort of happy. Have you got? If you've got your iPads or laptops on your lap, if you can put it onto a coffee table or something in front of you, that would be great. We just don't want any iPads or laptops falling onto the floor. Okay. Another quick thing, just if you have any pain doing any of the exercises, please stop. Okay. Mild discomfort is okay. Pain is not. So we don't want pain, but we can deal with mild discomfort. Okay. What else do I need to say? Obviously, if you know there's reasons why you shouldn't do any of the activities, then obviously please don't as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange this, so hopefully then you'll be able to see all of me. And I've got my earpiece in, so hopefully you should be able to still hear me. I don't know, can you still see okay from there?
Yeah.
Yeah, or am I too far away? Do I look like I? Perfect.
You're
Okay.
fine.
Good. Okay, so just to start off with, I know you won't be able to see my feet very well. I'm just going to try and good old technology, eh? Yeah, you still can't see my feet. I have got feet, by the way. So just to start off with, I just want you to what we call a hip walk. Okay, so from the hip, just walk your bum towards the front third of your chair. Okay, so obviously not right off the edge, okay, because you'll disappear, but just to the front third of the chair. So not right on the edge, just a little bit back, okay? And then what we're going to do, okay, is just a very gentle, just a march, just with the feet. So what we want to do is keep our body nice and upright, so shoulders back, okay? And we can always make things easier or harder just by changing the size of the movement, okay? So if we lift up the knee higher, that's going to make it harder, okay? If we make it, or if we just lift up the heel, so if we keep the toe on the floor, again, I know you can't see my feet, but if we just lift the heel from the floor and leave the toes on the floor, that's going to be easier, okay? So up to you, we can either lift the whole foot off the floor or just the heel. Okay, and again, if we want to, we can add in some arm movements as well, and that will make it a little bit harder. Yeah. Okay. So it's almost like we're marching, but just sat down. So these are great little exercises that we can do, even when just watching the telly. Yeah, just to keep ourselves moving. Okay. So this is our first one. This one's just a nice, easy march. And what we'll probably do is, if we've got time, which I believe we should have, we'll go through it twice. Okay. So obviously, what you can also do, if you want to, is you can do some of these standing up. But we'll go for seated today. Okay, just so I can see you. Otherwise, I'll probably just see like knees or something. But yeah, we can do these standing up, obviously. Okay. So the next thing I want you to do is we're going to go for some shoulder rolls. So these are really good for kind of moving and getting the shoulders moving. So we're just going to roll the shoulders. We're going to lead with the elbows. Nice big circles rolling backwards. Okay. So nice and tall in our chair. So sitting up nice and tall. That's it. Good. Okay, so we should. You might hear some or feel some little pops and clicks around the shoulder. If it's not painful, it's not a problem. Okay, it's just those joints getting warmed up and moving. So just a couple more. I know I've got them, I can feel them already. I'm blaming the cold. Okay, let's go back to our little march. So again, up to you. You can make it a little bit harder by lifting your feet up a little bit higher, or you can just lift up your heels, up to you. Now, I expect that you guys are probably in nice warm homes. I'm in a freezing cold office. So I've got to work a little bit harder, and I've got more layers on. Just to warm myself up. Okay. Pardon?
Sorry.
Oh, that's right. So I thought you were asking a
Talking
question.
to the cat. I'm so sorry.
No
Are we
problem.
meant to be mute?
No, you're right. Fine. Okay, perfect. So next one, we're going to do a little bit of rotation. We're going to go from our rotating from our body. Okay, so hands up in front. So hands on your elbows if you wish. That's fine. Up nice and tall. what we're going to do is we're going to rotate to one side. So we're trying to keep our hips facing forward. Okay, we come back to the middle and then reset and go again the other side. Okay, so we're trying to keep our hips facing forward. This is much easier sitting down than if you are standing. Okay, easier to keep your hips facing forward. So when we come back to the middle, reset ourselves up nice and tall, and then off to the other side. Can anybody feel that sort of around the middle of their back?
Yes.
Just get a little bit of a, little bit of a stretch, or maybe a little bit of tension. Yeah. So this is really good for things like turning around. If you drive, sort of reaching for a seatbelt. Okay, put your seatbelt on. Okay, turning to pick something off the shelf in a supermarket. That kind of stuff. Okay. Good. Let's do a couple more. Good. And last one, other side. Perfect. And then we'll come back to our little march. So the reason I'm putting in a little march in between each one, okay, is because that's going to gradually build up or bring up our heart rate a little bit more. Okay, and when we stop and do little bits of mobility, so like the shoulder rolls and the rotation we've just done, what that can do is that can just it's a little bit easier on the heart and the lungs, so it can just bring the heart rate down again. So we're just trying to keep up the heart rate a little bit higher, just so we stay nice and warm. Makes everything a little bit easier. Good. Okay, so if we are getting our arms involved, okay, we want to be moving from the shoulder. So I'm going to turn to the side, and it's not the greatest jumper to be wearing, a black jumper, because it's really hard to see, but we want to move from the shoulder. So our elbow is almost fixed. Okay, so it's like you're elbowing somebody behind you. Okay, so Susie, if you think you're walking along Brixham Harbour and you've got those tourists that are just a little bit too close, yeah, behind you, yeah, give them an elbow behind. Get away.
Get into trouble then.
You can just claim that you're walking normally.
Okay. On your head, be it.
Yeah, I'm just don't. I'm not condoning it. Violence, obviously.
I know, I understand.
I just thought I'd better get that in there. Good. Okay, next one. So we are going to go. Okay, so if we can, just keep the heels lifting off the floor. So toes on the floor, but just lift the heels. Okay, what we're going to try and do is we're going to go for a bit of a reach overhead. Okay, so really good for mobility. So reaching one hand up overhead, high as you can. Okay, back down, and then the other. Okay, this is really working that flexibility and mobility around the shoulder. Okay, and there's a big muscle that runs down the side of our back. It goes from our arm all the way down the side of our back, and it's really good for a bit of flexibility through there. Okay, so don't lean over too much, because again, I don't want you to kind of disappear from the camera screen. You fall off your chair. Okay, so this one on a chair. Oh, that's right. So you can't fall off your chair.
I'm standing up.
I don't want you to fall over though.
No, I promise I won't.
Good. Okay, so really, really good for obviously reaching anything overhead. So those things on those high supermarket shelves, you know, pretty much everything you want is always out of reach. You know how it is. Okay, reaching for things out of the cupboard. Okay, top cupboards. Good, and again, a couple more. So again, if we can, keeping those feet moving just by lifting the heels. Okay, and I'm aware that is more than a couple. It's like never trust a fitness instructor. So just back to a march. Never trust a fitness instructor to time anything. Okay. 30 more seconds invariably turns into a minute. Okay, good stuff. Okay, so couple more. Okay, we've got an upright row. So hands down by your sides. Okay, again, if you can keep your feet moving, should be easier for you guys to multitask than it is for me, for obvious reasons. Okay, and we're going to pull up the front of our body. Okay, so you can, if you want to, have your hands down on your sides and then bring it up. Okay, but hands are really, really close to our body. Okay, we want elbows to stay higher than our hands if we can. Okay, so this one's quite good for the muscles around the back of the neck. Okay, around the back of the shoulders as well. So quite a good one. Yeah, quite a good one for posture.
Yeah.
If you want a bit of added movement in there as well, when you get to the top, try and pull your shoulder blades together a little bit more. Okay, gives it that little extra squeeze. Good. So like I say, really good for posture, this one. Okay, and again, a couple more, which will probably be 5, let's be honest. I almost need someone just to count for me. Right? So,
2,
2, perfect, that'll do, that's a couple.
3.
Okay, next one, another one really good for that upper back area. Okay, so again, if we can just keep those feet moving, just a little march. Okay, another one really good is hands out in front, so palms up. Okay, now we normally do this with the resistance band, but actually we can still do it without. Okay, and what we're going to do is going to bring the hands back, so elbows right back as far as you can past your body, and again squeeze those shoulder blades together. Okay, and then back out in front again. So try and keep your shoulders down away from your ears. Okay, and back towards each other a bit as well, and then go again. So pull in, shoulder blades together, and back out. Shoulders stay down and back. So again, you should feel that, or hopefully you can feel that sort of around the back of the shoulder blades and underneath the shoulder blades. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Good stuff. A couple more. Good. So again, posture is really important through this one. So up nice and tall. Okay. And keeping those shoulders back and down. Good. Last one. Good stuff. Okay. What else have we got? So we've done that, we've done that, we've done that. So next one is a shoulder rotation. Okay. So hands, so lock your elbows into your sides. Okay. Imagine you super glued your elbows to your sides. Okay. And again, if you can, keep those feet moving. And what we're going to do is just going to keep one where it is, and the other one rotates out to the side. I don't know if you can see that very well because I've got some black chairs behind me as well, which isn't really very good. But what we're doing is just rotating one out to the side, okay? So this one, let me come in a little bit closer so you can actually see it a bit better, okay? Is that a bit more clear? Yeah. Okay. So imagine your elbows, like I said, locked into your sides, and all you're doing is just rotating from the shoulder, so twisting out from the shoulder. Can you feel that in the back of the shoulder?
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. Good stuff. So just, yeah, so this one you might feel a bit of an ache around the back of the shoulder. Okay, so if it's painful, then we stop. If it's mildly uncomfortable, you know, just sort of a bit achy, that's fine.
Is it okay to do just one hand if another one is achy?
Yes. Or what you can do is just go back to one of the other exercises. So, for example, this one would be good. Yeah, okay, quite a good alternative. Okay, if you get a lot of pain in one side, then yes, just doing one side would be okay. Okay, but maybe if you've got a little bit of movement, okay, just go through that little range of movement. Okay, so if it's fine up until a point, just go to that point. Okay, perfect. And back to a little march. I'm just going to shuffle back. Okay, good stuff. Okay, last one. Where are we to? So I've gone out. I've got my list on the side of the laptop, but I've gone out of order. So that's ruined it. So a little bit wider with the feet. Okay, and you can, if you want to, you can point your feet out at sort of 10 to 2 on a clock face. If you imagine there's a clock face on the floor, you can turn your toes out a little bit. Okay, completely up to you whether you find it comfortable or not. And what we're going to do is we're just going to transfer weight from, and there's no easy way of saying this or polite way of saying this, but from one bum cheek to the other. Okay, so we're up nice and tall, and all we're doing is just transferring weight from one side to the other. Okay, so what that's doing is that is just working around the hips a little bit, okay, because we're pushing a bit of extra weight through one side more than the other. Whereas normally we're putting our weight through both relatively equally. Now we're really focusing on one side at a time. Can we feel that in and around the hips? Yeah? Good, so up nice and tall. And then really focus on, again, coming over the top of that one side. Obviously, again, don't go too far and don't go too fast because we'll lose you. Okay, but if you're doing this standing up, Julia, are you doing the standing up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So what you want to do is keep your legs straight, okay? And you're transferring weight from one foot to the other. Okay, so up nice and tall, legs nice and straight, and just from one side to the other. Okay. Good stuff. Okay, well done, guys. Back to a little march. I don't know about you lot, but I'm getting warmed up.
Good.
Yes, so am I.
Yeah, everyone getting a bit warmer?
Yes.
Perfect. So anybody have any problems with any of those exercises?
No.
No.
No?
Yes,
Perfect.
just this one. The
that the
elbows
one?
in and that. Yes,
Yeah.
I had a dislocation and it's really poorly on that shoulder.
Okay.
That's the one I found hard for me.
Okay. So do you get a lot of pain through that one?
It's pain when I stretch it, and it's just mobility. It won't go.
Right. Okay. So if you can, just go to the point, just before it obviously starts to get painful. Okay. If not, then maybe just do the one side. Okay. Or go back to that other shoulder exercise as well.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So what we're going to do, I think we can go through the whole lot all over again. All right. So, and what we'll do is we'll get a bit more of a march in between as well. So marching to start off with. Okay, again, either just lifting the heels or lifting the whole foot. Okay, if you are lifting the whole foot, you might find that it gets into your hips a little bit more. Okay, a good way to deal with that is to push through the heels as you lift. So you drive through the heel, and for some magical reason, that seems to take the fatigue away from your hips. Okay, so pushing through the heel. Good. Okay, so first one. Again, this might be all out of sync, but hey, we'll go for it. Okay, so first one we've got is shoulder rolls. So just going back to lifting the heels and big circles with your shoulders, leading with your elbows. Okay, up nice and tall, shoulders might pop a little bit or click a little bit. Again, no pain, and that's fine. Nice big circles. So like I say, obviously these can all be done standing if you wanted to, but for today we can stay seated, not a problem. Okay, two more. Good. Okay, and back to our little march. Okay, so pretty much everything has got options. Okay, and that's exactly the same in all of our classes. Generally, if we're running a circuit-based session, we'll have three options. So we'll have a standing option, a seated option, and then a bit of a recovery or strength option as well. Everyone has got three options.
I thought you were going to say a lying down one.
No, we don't do lying down, I'm afraid. And once we start, we don't stop moving. Okay, so even when we kind of have our little, if someone wants to go for a little drink or have a little break, then they have to keep their feet moving. It's the rules of our session. Good. Okay, so next one. Okay, we are going for an upper back movement, or the upper back movement. Okay, so that was hands out in front of you, palms facing up, out nice and straight. Okay, up nice and tall, and then bring the elbows right past the body. So from here, right past the body. Okay, up nice and tall. That's it, shoulders back and down. Okay, again, if you can, keep those feet moving. Good stuff.
Sit down.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's the joy of this kind of thing. We can alternate. So some people can, you can do one exercise standing up, one sitting down. You can do 2 standing up, then 1 sitting down. It's up to you. So we have, it's always individualized to everybody. Okay, so everybody gets their own kind of little program, if you like. Tailored is what it is. Good. And one more. Perfect. And back to that little march. Okay. Good stuff. So, right, just trying to see what's next. Okay, I reckon it's an overhead reach. Okay, so we'll just do a little bit more marching and then we'll go into a reach overhead. I've definitely done it out of sync. So, but there we go. Not that it matters too much. Okay, so into our overhead reach. So again, if we can, keep those feet moving. And then it's a reach overhead, up as high as you can, back down, and over to the side. Okay, so just getting that shoulder moving in a different way. Okay, so we've done a lot of what we call sort of like the horizontal movement, so forward and back. Now we're going up and down. So really good to get our joints moving in all the different directions that they can. That are safe, obviously, that are safe. Don't want anyone practicing to be a contortionist. Thank you very much. Good, well done, guys. Looking good. Okay, feeling that through sort of down the side maybe as well.
Yes.
Where we're getting a little bit of a stretch. Okay. That's it, good stuff. Okay, just a couple more. Well done, good. Okay, let's go back to that little march and we'll go back to the exercise that I think I skipped through this time. Because I can't really see my laptop very well from back here. Need little binoculars. Okay, so we're going back to our rotation, okay, which was hands on our elbows, sitting up nice and tall. This one, we don't really want to move our feet because that will just throw our hips all over the place. Going to twist to one side. Okay, head follows round as well. Back to the middle and then to the other side. So always resetting in between each one. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Okay. And as always, posture nice and upright, shoulders down away from your ears. And again, we should feel that little bit of a stretch or a little bit of tension around the middle of the back. Okay, keeping our hips facing forward will help to keep our lower back in a good place as well. So we're not twisting through the lower back. It's all from the middle. Okay, so a couple more. So we'll go one more either side. Good, and then back to our little march. Good stuff, okay. What else have we got? So we're going to go to our upper back exercise. Okay, so palms up, arms out straight. bring those elbows right back past the body, shoulders down. Okay, and if you want to, again, that little extra, a little added extra, just squeeze the shoulder blades together right at the back. Okay. So you'll notice most of these are geared sort of towards our upper back. Okay. So these are really important for posture. Okay, and what we'll do is I'll show you another exercise at the end, which is really good for leg strength. Okay. So things like we know that for our independence and to maintain independence at home, one of the key things, and again, sorry to bring the tone down a little bit, but getting off of the toilet is so key. Okay, getting off the toilet on your own is really, really key. Okay, so I'll give you an exercise that will help you with basically standing up. Okay, from a seated position. Good. Okay, a couple more. Good, and last one. Good stuff. Okay, and back to our little march. We've got two more to go. Okay, we've got an upright row and a wide base sway. So the upright row, hands again down by your side or on your side. Okay, and we're lifting the hands up through the front of the body. Elbows are staying higher than our hands. Okay. Good stuff. So really squeeze those shoulder blades together at the top as well. That little added extra. Good. And a couple more. Last one. Good stuff. Back to that little march. So, or lifting the heels if you want to. So don't forget, you can always make it a little bit easier by taking away the arm movement, okay, or just lifting the heels. Up to you. Okay, so last one we've got that wide base sway. So feet a little bit wider, okay, and slightly pointing outwards if you wish. Okay, you can keep them straight. It's completely up to you. Okay, and what we're going to do is just that transfer of weight from one side to the other. So up nice and tall, shoulders back. And then just pushing from one side to the other. So working all those little muscles around the hips and also good for your core muscles as well to keep you nice and upright. Okay. Good.
Susie, sorry for that. I don't really know what's going on. Maybe it's like
It's not your fault. I had it at a Zoom meeting last night. It all kept cutting out and I had to restart the computer again.
Okay, no.
Wow.
It's really frustrating. I hate technology. I hate it.
Don't worry.
It's really good when it works, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wonderful when it works.
Only when it works.
Only when it works. You're nearly done. Okay, and a couple more. Just for luck. There we go. Good, and then back to that little march. Okay, keep marching, guys. I'm just going to come in a little bit closer. So I just wanted to show you something else that's really good for the mobility around the neck. Okay, and what we're going to do, okay, this is not very flattering at all. I'm not going to lie, but okay, we want to sit up nice and tall. Okay, we put our finger on our chin. Okay, and what you want to do is just pull your chin back from your finger, and then back in again. So try not to move your finger away. Okay, finger stays where it is. We're just moving it back. So you might get an extra chin or two in this part here. I definitely do. Okay. But I don't know if you can feel it around the base of your neck, sort of around the bottom here.
Yeah.
So yes, so really good for just getting that little bit of neck mobility. Really hard as well not to move your fingers. Okay, so just doing that little exercise can help just with that mobility around the base of the neck. Okay, and I did say I was going to show you one little exercise to help you with standing up. So this is quite a good thing if you can remember to do it. Okay, I'm going to adjust the laptop so you can actually see what I'm doing. Hopefully that will cover it. Okay, so you can do this when you're sort of, if you're getting up to go get a cup of tea. Okay, you can give yourself a little bit of a challenge before making your cup of tea. So your cup of tea is your reward. Okay, so what we do is we hip walk to the front of our chair. Okay, you don't have to do this now. You can just kind of watch. Okay, but what we do is we lean forward at the hip a little bit more. Okay, hands go back, so arms go back, and then we drive up out of the chair. Okay, then it's a lower back onto the chair. Okay, now we've got this thing in our sessions where we say we don't like plonkers. Okay, so you're not allowed to plonk back into your chair. You've got to hover, well, not hover, but you've got to lower yourself very gradually and very gracefully. So to get up, it's arms back, drive up out of the chair. Okay, just also, if you walk your feet back a little bit so you can feel the chair on your calves, then you know the chair is definitely behind you. And then it's a lower, slowly, 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 and gracefully down. Hip walk to the front of your chair, arms go back, feet underneath you, drive up. Okay, little shuffle back so you can feel the chair, and then no plonking on the way down. Okay, so doing something like that, coming in again. So doing something like that, just before you go up to get a cup of tea, maybe doing 10. Okay, really, really good for the strength around your quadriceps, so those big muscles on the front of your thighs. Okay, really, really good for helping you get up out of the chair. Also, another thing to remember is if you suffer from changes in blood pressure, so particularly low blood pressure, it's a really good habit to get into anyway for everybody. But when you do stand up, is just keep your feet moving. Okay, so even if it's just a little march, and what that will do is that'll help to keep the blood pressure, to get that blood back up to up into your main part of your body. Okay, because otherwise it can kind of sit into the legs a little bit. Okay, and that's where you get that dizziness. Yeah, if you've ever got up too quickly, you kind of go a little bit lightheaded, a little bit dizzy. Okay, just keeping those feet moving. So a few steps before you do it, and then once you're up, then a few more steps. That will just keep that blood pressure. So hopefully that will help with the to take away the dizziness. Okay. How was that? Everybody feeling okay?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's great.
Any issues? Anybody feeling any pain anywhere?
No.
No.
No, thank you.
Not
Good.
yet.
Not yet. Yeah. So like we said last on Tuesday, okay, then you might get a little bit of soreness. Hopefully not too much, okay, but that is quite normal in the day or two after exercise. Okay, it is pretty normal. It's when it sort of goes for a week, that's when we obviously start to worry. So if it hits to sort of day 3 or 4, then we would sort of think, okay, so maybe we have overdone that a bit too much. Okay, but days, sort of 1 or 2 days afterwards, it's completely normal. Okay, so yeah, so hopefully you won't get that though.
That was really, really good. Thank you so much, Phil.
Thank
problem.
you.
Thank you,
No
Neil.
problem at all.
Thank you,
Thank
Aggie.
you very much indeed. It was very helpful.
Yeah.
I like the way
Thank
you
you.
pushed us on.
I enjoyed that.
Good.
I enjoyed
yeah, so
that. Thank you.
No problem. yeah, so hopefully it's just sort of little bits and pieces that you can take and do whilst you're at home, particularly when the weather's bad. Obviously not today, it's looking quite lovely out there today. But yeah, so if you kind of feel like you're stuck indoors a little bit, just little bits and pieces that you know can probably help you with sort of daily life as well, actually, because they're quite what we call functional movements. So yeah, hopefully it will just keep you nice and active. But to me, it sounds like you're already active. So.
And I've got this session recorded, so I will send everyone the link, so you can rewatch it and as many times as you want and do these exercises. And hey ho, guys, we've done 30 minutes.
Absolutely.
So
and watch it until you're sick of my voice.
No, it was really great. Thank you so much, Phil.
No
we have another session next Friday, active session.
Oh, good.
Yes, so from now on we will be doing Fridays sessions mainly around activities, around exercises, different type. Hopefully we could have you again sometimes, Phil. So that would be lovely. I think Harry will be in touch, hopefully. So yeah. But yes, every Friday, 11 o'clock till 12 o'clock, we will be doing different type of exercises. Some of them will be with people, some of them with like people like Phil, some of them will be just with us, like me or Harry, or some of them will be from like YouTube videos, like with Joey Weeks, for example. I don't know if you've heard of Joey Weeks. He's amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
And he's got some exercises designed for seniors, I think, or like for people over 55 years old.
Oh, right. Okay. That's good.
And obviously we still have our Tuesdays, 2 o'clock. Next Tuesday we have a pub quiz, 3:30. It's with Harry. We will be having someone who will be talking to us about memories and how we preserve our memories. So it's going to be a very interesting week for us as well. So watch the space.
Perfect.
And thank you so much again, and have a lovely weekend, guys, and see you next week. Stay safe.
Thank you. Get running, Aggie.
Oh, thank you very much. That was great.
Thank you.
No problem.
Good.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.